Hey everybody, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to our Monday live stream. So as you guys know, I went on vacation for a couple of weeks. We went surfing, which was awesome. But everybody is coming. They're just going to be a couple of minutes late. So anyway, thank you guys for remembering that we are going to be on today. Yay! Look, I just got Amy here. Hi, Amy. Oh, hold on. She's muted. Oh, that's you.
Oh, okay, sorry, I got it.
There you are. Welcome, Amy. I'm so glad you could make it today.
Yes. Hello. Happy Monday, everybody. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So it's funny because I sent the thing out in my usual fashion, like an hour beforehand. And we already knew Carol was going to have to work. But Robert was like, I'm not sure if I can make it. And Michelle's like, I'm going to be there, but I'm going to be late. So I was like looking at the clock and I'm like, oh, criminy, I'm going to start by myself. I don't think I've actually ever done a live stream by myself, which is kind of funny. I talk to myself all day. So theoretically, I do have the skills. Anyway, so let's do our, actually, let's say hi to the chatters, please. I'm so glad we actually have people who remembered. Yay. And then we'll do our little intros as soon as Michelle and everybody, so we don't have to go through and do them again. So, awesome. All right, let's say, guess who is here first? Claude. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you so much. Yes, my summer break was awesome. I really, really needed the break. I feel like so excited and like jazzed up to write. So I'm really excited about that because I was really feeling burned out after like the last year and a half. Also, we went surfing, which is probably my favorite thing in the whole entire universe to do, except I didn't go last year because of the pandemic. and I've been trapped in my house mostly with only my treadmill for exercise. And I was so slow and so out of shape. So it was really fun, as it always is. But I felt like the first couple years I was doing it where I was like trying to get up on the board. So anyway, thank you. Thank you very much. I hope you've had a good summer so far too. Jeannie Marcella is here. Hello. We are very glad to see you. I'm so glad you made it today. Morgan's here. Hello, Morgan. So nice to see you today.
Hi,
Michael Chen is here. Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Tell me this, you guys. I feel like I have been, obviously I've been on YouTube, not at all really in the last couple of weeks, but I feel like a lot of people are not on YouTube as much over the summer, myself included. I don't know. Do you guys feel the same way? Are you like doing your normal kind of schedule as far as how much you watch, or and how much you post, or are you feeling like you've been kind of this summer? I'm just curious if it's just me or everyone else.
I don't think it's just you. I've noticed a slight decline too. I think it's a combination of two things. First of all, the parents have children home to accommodate for the moment. And second, since the pandemic is sort of in like a shifting phase, so is a lot of people's schedule.
Right.
You know, a lot of people have new job opportunities, lost job opportunities, you know, things are changing. Like, I think this whole like 2-month period has just been a big shifting time. And, you know, things like YouTube time, you can see it in vlogs and stuff too. That's how I figured it out, was watching people vlogging, and they were like, oh, like, I just, you know, even if it's not me, my husband's hours changed. So the household's hours changed and blah, 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 stuff like that. So.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think you're imagining it.
Okay. Well, I just thought, like, I noticed I have watched significantly less. I've done significantly less of everything, other than I've done a ton more reading. I read I read so many books this summer, and just like lazing about and, you know, doing some stuff. The one thing I really wanted to do that we have not managed to squeeze in is that we were going to go axe throwing. There's a place downtown Tampa called Stumpy's, where you can throw an axe at a target, which is not something that I would normally, but hey, that looks kind of fun. And there was a group on, so I love that. All right. I love that you said, I don't know if I just said this, I was thinking about it, so tell me if I'm just repeating myself. I love that you said lost job opportunities, because most people would not think of losing their job as an opportunity, but the truth is any change in your life can be an opportunity. Sometimes something that seems really horrible is the thing that, that makes way for some other great thing to happen.
Yeah.
So whether you're not, you meant to say that or not, it struck me, and I was like, yes, losing a job is an opportunity.
Yeah, it was intentional, not to toot my own horn, but we were joking last night about lessons last night on the Boozy Planorama. You can see it and watch it back on Lisa's channel. We were joking about, I was joking about just knowing now, that I'm a little bit more experienced, what jobs are for me and what jobs aren't for me. I've learned in my career, especially as a freelancer, losing a job, while of course any reduction in your finances sucks, it's not always a condemnation of some sort. Sometimes it's a legit opening. Like, okay, I now have 6 more hours a week in my schedule. What can I do? Right. I just had that happen. I had 3 clients in a matter of 2 weeks be like, yeah, okay, you're great, thanks, we're done. So I'm like, okay, ow. But then almost immediately, one of my clients bought me a subscription for professional development to Coursera, which I love, and I tell everybody it's the best. Yeah. And so now, even though I lost those, contracts, I have like 8 more hours a week and this new education opportunity. So I'm like, it works. It can be an opportunity if it allows you to benefit some other area.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. JL is here. Hello. We're so glad you made it today. Jeannie Marcella says she loves my glasses. Thank you very much.
They are hella cute.
Thank you. I know you guys, so I only wear glasses. I only wear like reading glasses. So I mostly wear them when I'm writing and if I have to, if I'm reading, right? So because I don't need them for everything else, I end up leaving them all over the house. So I always have like 1,000 pairs of reading glasses. But I love these, and I always will fall in love. Like, I order them from like readers.com because they're like super cheap. But I always will order, if it looks cute, and I'll order a couple pairs, and I order like 2 pairs of these. But the problem is, it's like once I discover, I really love them, they're like on to new styles. So sometimes if I don't get 2 the first time, I'm out of luck. Oh. And I do, because again, I don't wear them all the time. I'm constantly putting them on top of my head. And so they are falling off my head all the time. So I do go through reading glasses pretty fast.
I'm lucky I don't need reading glasses yet, but I suspect sometime around by the time I get to 40, I'll need them. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, you know how I discovered I needed reading glasses was that I was in the bathtub reading a book, and I was like, God, my arm is hurting so much. And I'm like wondering, like, what did I do to my arm? And then I realized I'm like holding my book out too far. Oh. And I was like, oh no. So Kate Snow of Good Morning America and I had lunch with or drinks actually with a friend of mine, Lisa McLeod, like a week after that. And both of them were just like a little bit older than me. And they were like, it's 43. The second you hit 43, you just clearly need. I'm like, damn it. All right. Yes, it is hot. Oh my God, you guys, my hair's still damp. I took a shower and it's not drying because it's so humid here. So Jeannie Marcella is here. Hi, Jeannie. We already said that. We've already literally had an entire conversation, but she says hi to Amy. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little slow today, you guys. All right. Oh my gosh, we got a lot. All right. Yes, Michelle is coming. She said she's going to be a little bit late. Debbie is here. Hello, Debbie. We're very glad to see you today. I always love it when Robert shows up too. Me too. Robert is like such a special soul. I just love him to pieces. He was like one of the very first people that I met on YouTube, and he did my very first stream with me. So it was his first stream too, which is kind of cool. So we was sort of bonded forever. All right. Hello, cool gamer. Welcome. I think you're new to us today, so I'm very glad that you made it today. Mary Wembley is here. Hey, Mary. We're very glad to see you. CO Savvy. Lisa's got us somewhere. Bless you, CO Savvy. You know how it is. We need our people, part mermaid. We need to be in the ocean in order to be ourselves. So CO Savvy gets me. We're like, yeah. All right. Marty Mary. Very nice to see you. Hello. She says hello, everybody. Spence is here. Hey, Spence. We're glad to see you today. Oh, I'm so glad you guys all made it. I was worried we'd get here and everybody would be like, and would have forgotten that we were coming back today. So, all right. Thank you very much. They're actually sort of purpley, like actually they're like periwinkle, so they're sort of purple and a little bit blue. But sometimes they look pink, and I'm not sure if that's like the light from the water or what. But thank you. Hello, BC Brown. Oh my gosh, I feel like it's been ages since I've seen you. We're so glad to have you on today. Oh, you know what, BC? I should have had you come on today. Let me know if you want to. Because today we are going to talk a little bit about Goodreads when we are in between breaks. So if you want to talk about Goodreads, if you feel like that's a topic that you're comfortable with, let me know and I'll pop you in. So yes, this is our new day and time. We moved it so that we could all stay together because Carol had started a new job and she had to work on Wednesdays, but she's off on Mondays, but now she has to work on Mondays. So we're just going to sit tight until her job situation sort of settles down, and then we'll figure out when the best day is for everybody to be together. Sven says, I'm going to lurk hardcore for a little bit, get my walk in before it gets too hot. I feel ya. It's hot. Hi, we've missed you too. All right. Give me about 10 minutes and send me the link. Okay. So we're going to do that. Let's, dun, 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 BC. Love that. All right, you guys, I am going to set us up with a 5-minute timer. Wait, first we're going to do our little mini intros because it's been longer than fun. Okay. Hi, this is our guest today, Amy. Awesome, buddy. Amy, would you like to tell us a little bit about you?
Yes. Hello, everyone. I am a SEO consultant certified through UC Davis. I made friends here on the author community, and I just like hanging out with you guys and doing smart shop talks. So thank you for having me, and yeah, all that good stuff.
Well, thank you for being here. I'm very glad that you are here. I am Lisa Daly. This is my channel. Oh, I didn't mean to do it like that. I'm Lisa Daly. This is my channel. I'm a traditionally published author of rom-coms and nonfiction dating advice. And today we are going to start with a 5-minute warm-up sprint. And then we will come back and do a little chit chat. And then we'll do some 20-minute sprints. So everybody stretch your little fingers. Go get your water, open up your document. I'm excited today because I have not written for weeks, and now I'm like raring to go. So we're going to try and get a lot of sprints in today, and I'm super excited to see all of you. So without further ado, let's get started with our warm-up sprint in 3, 2, 1. Let's write. Okie dokie, we are back. So I just got a message from Doll. Poor thing, her power went out like just right before we came on.
No.
So she said she's going to try and be in the chat because she has, she has some power on her phone. But now I'm feeling like maybe she should save that for emergencies. I don't know, just in case. I would feel bad if she lost her last bit of juice on us today. Anyway, so if her power comes back on, she'll be with us, and if not, she won't. So there we go. All right. So you guys, what are you guys working on today? What is everybody going on? What? See us how you put this in: the bedazzled axe thrower and the gremlin. Yes, that's a good nickname, CO Savvy. You do not disappoint.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
I was going to joke about you doing the axe throwing earlier because, I live in the wilderness. So I don't do the throwing axes, but like I have my own hatchet. Like it's the kind that it came from Lowe's, but it's heavy duty as fuck. It's got an axe head on one end and a hammer head on the other. And I tear shit up regularly. So well, like axe throwing, and I'm like, hey, I don't throw that, but I have on occasion hacked the crap out of something to make myself feel better.
That's good. I think the last time I can't remember the last time I have used an axe before. I have never thrown an axe before though, and so it just looked like a goofy fun to do.
Yeah, I've seen a couple horror stories and a couple clips. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh no. That's absolutely the truth. Yeah. Right. If you're going to be the star of a horror film, you should definitely know how to wield an axe. I have, my significant other is the horror geek, so I probably should know how to wield an axe. I'm interested to know if he does. JL is working on a planner collection we're about to launch. What? Ooh. Wait, JL, tell us more. Is this like a novel planning collection? Some other kind of planner collection? I mean, either way, I'm excited. You know me, Boozy Plannerama. Yeah. So tell us more about that. Jeannie Marcella is outlining an urban fantasy paranormal. Really good. Cool. All right. Good luck with that. Claude is going to be editing 7 pages left. That's fantastic. Awesome. That's fantastic. Debbie is inking a comic page. That is really cool. Very, very cool. I'm super excited about that. Jeannie says, we miss you, doll. I'm going backwards in the comments. I should probably go the correct direction. I'm going to be working on my rom-com that I've been working on for a while. I thought I was going to get it finished before my vacation, but we had like some kind of crazy stuff happening the last week before we left, and so I did not get to finish it, but I'm hoping, I will finish it by the end of August. That's my plan. So yay, I'm excited about that. So that's what I'm going to be working on today, and I'm so excited to get to writing. Amy, what about you? What are you working on today?
I have a small client presentation that I'm putting together on Google Slides, and I'd like to be done with that by the end of the stream so that I can move on to other stuff for the rest of the day. So that's my goal. Adding captions and comments, and I always like to type out my presentation for myself because I have animation. So I always type out what I'm going to say, or at least my bullet points, and then put little notifications to tell myself when to hit the space bar to click for the next animation. So that's what I'm doing. Finishing my slides and coordinating my little commentary with my click button.
Very nice. Very, very nice job. Mary says she washed some dishes, put some into soak. Apartment inspection coming up today. Could be any minute. Oh, well, good luck with that. All right. Marty Mary is currently working on Camp Nano project. I strayed from my outline by a lot, so I'm seeing where the story goes at this point. So when you do that, when you stray from your outline, do you go back and so you go, okay, I've veered off in this direction. Do you do a new outline that incorporates the new direction, or do you just try and wing it the rest of the way until you get to the end? Curious about that? Let us know. All right. Ooh, it's called the Ellie Arden Planner Collection. The first season scheduled for pre-orders in October. Look at you. We'll have to have you on the Boozy Plannerama as a guest, and you can show us your new fancy planners. So let us know.
Oh,
for
yeah,
sure.
that'll be perfect opportunity for that, because if your pre-orders go up in October, September 5th is the next Bluesy Planorama, so you'll be a month out to get the word out, and then your pre-orders open.
Yay! That sounds awesome. All right, you guys, I'm like itching to write. So let's go ahead and do a 20-minute sprint. I'm super like, I just can't wait. It's been a long time. This is one of the things that I love about not writing for a while, is that I am anxious to write. So let me go ahead and get us started with our 20-minute sprint. Here we go. All right. Okay, everybody, here we go with our 20-minute sprint. We've got our documents open, our dishes to wash, our life handling things to handle. So this is what I did when you saw my camera went off in the 5 minute. I went to go get my gigantic bottle of water. So yeah, so I'm ready to go. So let's get started. You can do this. I have total faith in you. We are going to get some stuff done today. All right, everybody, here we go in 3, 2, 1, sprint. All right. Let me get rid of this. Sorry about that. All right. Oh my gosh, you guys. Hi, look, we got some people join in since we last left. Very nice. Hello, Michelle.
Hi.
Hello, BC.
Hi.
All right. So before we for our first break, I want to talk about Goodreads because they have kind of a deal going on. And last night in the Boozy Planorama, Aphrodite was saying she really did not know how a Goodreads giveaway worked. And so I said I'd be talking about it today on the stream. And I know that BC has some experience with that. And I bet Michelle does, but I'm not sure. So before we dig into that, I want you guys to do your little intros. And for goodness sakes, let me get this stupid banner off the bottom. Okay, so BC, will you just tell anybody who does, I can't imagine anybody here doesn't know who you are, but will you tell the fine folks a little bit about you and your channel, please?
Sure. What's up, my writing weirdos? I am BC, and of course my channel is BC Brown Books, where as writers we like to get weird about words in the ways that only we can. We write them, we talk about writing them, and sometimes we talk about whatever runs across my ADHD geeky mind. That's about it. I stream occasionally. It's kind of random at the moment because I just started a new daytime job thing, and so it's been hit or miss. But then I also upload videos about writing, publishing, marketing, how to do stuff like that. So that's me, nutshell.
Yay. Thank you very much. I'm so glad you're here today. Michelle, I'm so glad you're here. Hello. I missed everybody. I was so ready for my vacation, but I really did miss you guys.
Yeah.
So tell us a little about you and your fine channel.
All right, hi guys, I'm Michelle Schusterman. I'm a middle grade and young adult author, and my YouTube channel is right now just writing vlogs, but eventually I will get back to the writing workshops and traditional publishing chat.
Very nice. I know if you guys have not checked out BC and Michelle's channels, you definitely should. All right. So I want to talk about Goodreads today. And the only reason that I specifically want to talk about Goodreads today is because they are running a special deal on their Goodreads giveaways, and they're advertising them more as far as to readers, but they also are kind of a deal right now. Usually they're like $130, and this month they're like $99. So if you have a book coming out later and you're already planning to schedule a Goodreads giveaway, you should schedule it now and take advantage of the bargain. Anyway, so I love them. I think they can be a really good way to get reviewers if you're early on, and also they can be a really good way to right before your launch to kind of hijack Goodreads / Amazon's mailing list. And so that's primarily what I use them for. But I would like to talk to the lovely panel. So what do you guys think about them? Do you ever use them when your books come out?
Wow, so this is embarrassing, but I did back in like 2014, 15. And then somewhere along the lines, didn't they take the power away from authors to schedule their own giveaways?
Yes.
That happened, and I was like, well, shit, I don't know what to do with my author copies anymore, and I didn't know it had changed. I haven't used Goodreads so long. I had no idea.
They changed it. I mean, when Amazon took it used to be free, and then Amazon took it over, and now they charge for it, which is, I think, still kind of worth it. And they did for a while they've changed it in some ways. So you used to be able, now you can give away ebook copies, which is great if you're the publisher. So a publisher can give away 100 ebook copies, and it doesn't cost them anything because it basically goes through Amazon. If you're an indie publisher, you can, as long as you're the publisher, you can say, I want to do a Goodreads giveaway of 100 ebook copies. But if you're talking about author copies, ARCs or paperbacks or hardcovers, the author can actually still give those away. And so, and it's really popular to do that. I always will do for the, I work for a publisher doing publicity for them. And one of the things that we do is early on in the process, we will do a Goodreads giveaway for 100 ebook copies in order to get the Goodreads reviews going. Here, I'm going to share my screen so everybody can kind of see that. So let me share, just so you can kind of see if you guys are not familiar with how this works. And Goodreads giveaways are kind of cool because you can, like, anybody can just go and look for a book that they want to win. So like this one, okay, Allies, Real Talk About Showing Up, Screwing Up, and Trying Again. That sounds like a perfect book for me. And so I would hit enter giveaway, and then what it does is it asks you, like, is this your, if it's a physical copy of a book, it'll ask you to confirm your address. And then what it automatically does is put the book on your want to read shelf. So, which goes into your feed.
Yeah.
So if you're the author of the book or the publisher of the book, it's great because essentially that giveaway, for everybody who's registering for those giveaways, it's like hundreds of little tiny billboards all over your all over Goodreads, which is awesome. That's like exactly what you want when, you know, when you're trying to get the buzz out about your book. So even if you're, and the crazy thing is, like, you can give away 100 ebook copies, but you'll have generally have fewer people register for those than you will for, like, you know, a couple of signed, like, just paperbacks or ARCs. And so there are 2 times when I usually use it. One is early on, like 6, 7, 8 months, 3 months before the launch, depending on how early, like how quick your promotion timeline is. But the other time that I use them is I always give away a hardcover or a paperback right before the book launch, like have the have the giveaway end right before the book launches, because everybody who put want to read, like everybody who entered for the giveaway, who your book automatically goes on their want to read, on your want to read shelf. Everybody who does that, they get a notification on the day your book goes on sale.
Right.
So, and that could be like, you know, for a hardcover or actual paper book, that can be like 5,000-6,000 people, which is kind of amazing.
It is.
So, yeah. And that's how that early buzz, you know, gets going.
Right.
So, yeah. Thoughts? I'm sorry,
and I'm happy that it's an option again. And I do think it's not, how much does it, I'm sorry, you said how much it costs?
Yeah, so usually it's like, I think it's around 130. So they have a couple of options. One of the options is like just their regular one, and I think it's like $130. And I think that one for this month is on sale for like $99. They have another option that's more, and it's several $100s, and I almost never do it. The one benefit is if you're having a hard time getting reviews, is that higher priced option will they will remind everybody who won to leave a review. And so that's good.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But that, again, it's like, it's quite a bit more money. So
yeah,
I usually stick with the standards. How about you, BC? You look like you had something to say.
Yeah, so like Michelle, I initially started out on it once upon a time, and was scheduling to do giveaways and things like that. They were a bit hit or miss as to whether or not, you know, people would, because back when you actually had to go in and like you had to search giveaways and search boards for your genres that you were looking for. And there were these boards that were just thousands upon thousands of giveaways, and you had to click into each one individually.
Right.
And check it out. Now, from what I understand, and then I was upset when they took away the option entirely.
Right.
And I was like, well, I at least did get some traction occasionally out of that, if I took the time. But then now that they give it back again, you know, I find that the price is worth it. I've only ran one. At like the 130 mark, I think it was. I've only ran one since then, but I loved the feature that it was automatically, it's automatically promoting it and hosting it to people that are reading that genre, automatically,
right,
promoting it to like, and reminding them of you've got this thing that you entered, and it'll also
right.
Now somebody told me that they hadn't yet entered my giveaway. I had posted I had a giveaway, and they hadn't yet entered it as one of my regular fans. Because they hadn't entered it because they already had the book, but they wanted to see if they could win it so they could give it away to somebody, which I love it when my fans do that. Bless their hearts. But they said that it still came up as a, hey, here's a giveaway that you might be interested in based on your shelf.
Right. If you read stuff, with that genre or that author, they'll tell you, like, guess what? Julia has a giveaway today. Or if someone's just looking at your book, that they'll tell them that there's a giveaway happening.
This is in the middle of a giveaway and stuff like that. So I do think it is nice. I so far haven't been like, hey, I'm gonna do the higher priced option, just because it, to me, if it had put it into a queue of, because Goodreads they do have like their own professional reviewers.
Right.
So if it had put it into that queue of potentially getting hit with some of those professional readers, I might have thought it might have been worth the extra, the little bit extra, but just reminding the people who, one, to review it once they've read it is not enough of a gamble for me to actually spend
justify
the extra, justify the extra expense. Because I feel that Goodreads readers they may not give you a written review, but most of the time will at least give you a stars review, which, is something at least.
Yeah.
Because the people that enter the giveaways on Goodreads and the people who do reviews on Goodreads are committed to building their shelf and building what their recommendations are.
Right. Exactly.
So, and to get better recommendations based on ratings and reviews and stuff like that, they have to then rate their own, rate what's on their shelves.
Right.
So
they're already incentivized to. I agree with you. I think if you're a debut author and you're going to do a digital giveaway, so you're giving away 100 books, it's probably worth it to have Goodreads nag the heck out of people who won the book. But if you have extra money to burn, but in general, I think if you're looking for more reviews, then do a digital giveaway early. If you're looking to build a lot of excitement around the book before the launch, then do a physical book giveaway before that. Because one of the other things that's cool, let me see if I can share my screen again. So one of the other things that's cool is that every time somebody registers for a giveaway, it appears in their friend's timeline. So this is just my regular homepage, but Emily Leyland, who is apparently a friend of mine, she has entered a book giveaway for all the feels. And you have this big button here, I can click the giveaway and then I can enter it too. And the cool thing about that is that it ends up spreading through networks a lot faster than it used to, because they make it part of the feed. And so I think that's a real benefit to doing that.
Yeah, because the giveaways, when you entered a giveaway, never used to come up on your feed. What came up on your feed was what you had rated, any reviews that you had given, and anything that you had added to your bookshelf. Right. And I know. So I do think that that's nice, because you do get the opportunity to leverage those networks where you didn't get that before. And I mean, not quite, but almost that alone. If you have a good network of people who utilize Goodreads regularly, and are really, really communicative on their Goodreads about what they like, and they share it, just leveraging those networks, and being able to spider web out like that is actually almost kind of worth just entering the giveaway to begin with, just having a giveaway to begin with, because you're at least going to get the exposure, and you should catch a few fish out of it, that at least enter to win, because people like to win things. There used to be so many Goodreads giveaways that I would enter into, not necessarily because I wanted to read that book, but because it was going to make a good book to give away as a gift. Especially when when we moved here to Arizona, we were so broke. And that first Christmas that we were here, I had no money. We had nothing. We didn't even buy each other gifts. We didn't even do the whole let's buy each other gifts for the house thing. We were just no, we're sleeping on an air mattress because that's what we got. But I still wanted to be able to give away some gifts, and I'm very well known for giving away books as gifts. And so I went on Goodreads and I entered into, I don't know, like 400 giveaways of what I thought my sister would like, my other sister would like, my niece, like my friends who are big readers or other writers, and like what I thought they would enjoy. So it was weird what Goodreads kept recommending to me for a while, because it was like,
I'm sure the algorithm was like,
the algorithm was like, suddenly you like cookbooks and you're into baking, and now you're like a hardcore romance reader, and what is going on here? This is not what you've been doing before. So I mean, it can change your stuff a little bit, but it's also just a great way to just kind of broaden out a little bit, but also just give away as gifts. So it's almost worth that of but again, that's just something different. But yeah, so it's just one of those things that really helps.
Yeah. So JL makes a really good point here. She says ebook copies are great. Shipping and country location becomes a problem for paperbacks. That is true, although you can make your giveaway exclusive. If you're going to do paper books, you can do your giveaways exclusive to the US.
Yeah, they do offer, they've always offered that option of saying, you had to, I don't know if you have to do it now, I didn't check, but you did have to put in the, like, right up front that it was a US only or a US and Canada only type of situation. But other than that, it was, making it exclusive is usually a good idea of.
Yeah. Right, because it can cost you quite a lot to send your book to France or wherever. So it looks like this was the answer. We are talking about doing Goodreads giveaways, and we're talking about that specifically today because Goodreads is running a special where instead of like $130 or $100, whatever it is, it's now like $100. So there we go. Michelle, do you have thoughts on Goodreads?
I don't know. This is just very educational for me because it's been years since I have even looked at that site. This all sounds great. I mean, I will say I'm a tiny bit bitter about having to pay money for something that was once free.
Right.
Especially again, when it's like the publishers have the power to do it or not to do it, and I kind of feel like they should be doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think that's true. But we have so many friends here who are indie published,
right?
And that is and you're right, the publishers should do a lot, but you and I both know, all of us know, that they don't necessarily do everything that they're supposed to do. Yeah. So it is a good thing. I think one of the cool things, so yes, it used to be free, which was really nice, but it also used to only be paper copies. Like I think right around the time they changed and started charging for it is when they did allow people to do ebook giveaways. And that is a nice thing. I mean, you have to be the publisher, so you can be an indie publisher, or you have to be, Penguin or St. Martin's or whatever in order to do that. But some of the small publishers will actually let you just run it through them. They'll sign it up, and then you can just, pay for it. So, all right, very cool.
I have a small tip. It's kind of BC and Michelle both hit on it. This is one of those kind of like DIY marketing tips things. BC mentioned that there are professional readers, and then Michelle mentioned, like you have to pay for this thing now, and you have to pay to get more services. It's kind of like a little DIY hack. It's kind of obvious, but I just thought I'd mention it. You can always pick the cheapest option, look at what the most expensive option would give you, and then just go out and find the opportunities to act on the difference. If it doesn't put your book in front of, professional readers and stuff like that, make a mental note that that's the opportunities that you actually need to be seeking out for yourself. This established entity, Goodreads, values these actions and it expects you to pay for them. Those are the kind of efforts that will get results if you put your books in here, if you market in this way. So, in the beginning, especially those cheaper options are going to be the ones you're going to go for most commonly. But the more expensive ones, that's your to-do list. Those are your opportunities that you can go out and find for yourself. So, like I said, it's kind of obvious, but it's worth saying.
Yeah, and as Amy was saying, there are, with professional readers, if that's what you're really wanting to get in front of, then, paying for the added, packet, things like that to get at least the dedicated, because the people on Goodreads are not it's not your traditional social media. They are
Yeah.
dedicated readers. They
They
are
are.
hardcore readers.
They are.
And at least the ones that are active and are going to be entering giveaways and things like that. Now, getting in front of professional reviewers and things like that, there are ways of doing that. Google searches, simple Google searches bring you up a ton of information. You just have to be careful and make sure you vet everything first, of course.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Because Google searches, if you're looking for something specifically, like I want a I want a rom-com Bookstagrammer because I just want to see my marketing efforts on Bookstagram. As an SEO, I can tell you, I can make a dog collar website rank for rom-com book Instagrammer. Like, you can't rely strictly on the Google searches. So BC's great advice. Make sure you actually vet it. Go look and see what they're doing and make sure that is what you want, because don't click something in the Google search results and assume it's going to be legit, because I can make dog collars rank for rom-com Bookstagram. Like, I know how to do it. It's a thing. It's a scam. It's there. So be careful for it.
Well,
and this is, sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, one thing that's great is that when you're on Goodreads, when you're looking at your, when you're looking about your friends. Oh, first I want to go to this. JL said, the good thing about giveaways is you can use this to revive mid-list publications or your backlist. Absolutely, absolutely the truth. So one thing that's really cool about Goodreads is that everybody has a little bio on there. And so instead of doing a Google search, I would do a search of your friends, or a search of people who review the books that you like to read, or books that you consider comp titles, because most of the people on Goodreads, if they are those basically professional readers or semi-pro readers. So they review everything. They're trying to build up their Bookstagram or their Goodreads or whatever, or maybe they're just in it for the free books. They're still reading and reviewing, a ton of books. Mostly they'll put their social media links in there and you can go check it out. There are tons of Bookstagrammers that I have become friends with through Goodreads, because I first saw their profile on Goodreads because we like the same kinds of books. So if they're giving a 5-star review to a book that's one of my competitors, then I'm going to look and see what other kinds of books they like, and that way, you build this tighter network, this tighter friend group of people who are reading, reviewing, and loving the same kind of books that you write or that you read. So, all right, you guys, let's take a quick peek. Eva says, I keep pestering my mister to start a reviewer account. He reads much more than I do. I mentioned someone's ARC being available. He was actually interested, but when I said review, he was like, what? You know what, though? Not everybody who reviews on there is doing like an 800-word review. Some people are doing a paragraph. I liked it. If you like, this, and this in a book, you'll like this, or it reminded me of this other book. Like, it does. There's all kinds of different reviewers, but they all matter. So that's something to think. There are also reviewers, as I've been for over, they are also reviewers, as I've been for over 10 years for publishers. Yeah. Right. That is absolutely the truth. I did a video a while back with Debbie Hopp, who had been, she was is a library journal reviewer. She reviews for her own site, Reading Frenzy. She's worked for a gazillion different publications, for publishers, for Barnes & Noble. And a lot of those people are, they're all plugged in, and a lot of them are in it for the free books, but it doesn't really matter, because if they're going to talk about your book to their big networks, that, cares if they're working for a publication. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and do another sprint. Does anybody else have anything to say about this topic before we start?
I only wanted to just put in, because I know some people in the chat and viewing this later are going to think that it's so overwhelming, the idea of thinking about going and finding those Bookstagrammers on your friends list and things like that, and linking to their other social media, and how do I have time to do that much review? Kind of consider doing this slowly, like as you're in your third draft, start checking Goodreads then. Start doing your research then, just go and be like, I'm going to be on Goodreads for 20 minutes a couple of times a week at that point. And I'm going to list as many as I can and put them in a spreadsheet. I'm going to CARROW this moment. Put them in a spreadsheet. I know she is the queen of the spreadsheet.
She is the queen of the spreadsheet. She can't be with us here today, but her spirit is with us.
Her spirit is with us. I am channeling Caro today. But yeah, make yourself a spreadsheet. And as you accumulate those, as you're still drafting, as you're still going through your developmental edits and things like that, then once you get to the point where you're wanting to do, you know, an ebook early giveaway, and stuff like that, you can start reaching out to those people then and saying, you know, hey, I want to connect. I see we read and like a lot of the same things, or I happen to write a lot of the things that you review. You know, just let's connect, kind of a thing. You start chatting with them and building that connection and building that relationship. And then when you are ready to launch your giveaway, boom, you're good. You've already built the connection of saying, you know, you've already chatted with them a couple of times about whatever books are on their thing.
Right.
And then you come in and go 3, 4, 5 months later, then you say, hey, by the way, I've got a new book launching soon. I'm doing an early e-giveaway if you're interested. You know, if you're not, no big deal.
So now, see, for me, if it's a reviewer, I'm going to go ahead and give them the ARC for free because I want them to review it. I mean,
well, it just depends on how many you're considering doing, and you know, if they want the ARC versus if they want an e-copy, you know, stuff. So it is different, but you'll learn that stuff as you're building that relationship. But all of this stuff, all of going and looking and researching all of that stuff, which seems so overwhelming, people don't think about until the last minute, till that last like 2 months before they're getting ready to come out with stuff. I start all of my research for getting reviews later, and for getting beta readers later and things like that. I start them an entire year in advance. So
and that's really, I mean, honestly, if you're going to be publishing more than one book after book, it's important to keep that, you know, to keep that list constantly updated and constantly going. But yeah, I think that's probably a really great topic for another day, because I think a lot of times people think that promotion starts 6 weeks before your book comes out. And the truth is it's an ongoing thing that is always happening. And the good thing is that can keep your backlist alive for a lot longer. So that's good. But yeah, it's like one of those things that you can't, it's really hard to just start from zero right before the book. So JL says, speaking of Instagram, major changes coming, so stay away until changes are final. That is really interesting. They have definitely been doing a real push to video, but let's talk about that one when we come back from our next sprint, because we are here after all to write. All right, you guys, I am going to share our little timer. Here we go. Maybe, oh, it's slow. Did I just freeze? Come on, buddy. There we go. All right, here we go. All right, everybody, let's get ready to do our second sprint. You guys are awesome. You are going to write some big words today, or edit, or do whatever it is that you are planning to do in our 20-minute sprint. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Time to cha-cha. Okie dokie. All right, there we go. Just do. All right, very nice. How did everybody do on the sprint? BC, how did you do?
I did okay. I'm actually working on some graphics today for a client, so that's pretty much what I've been working on this morning. But I managed to get a couple of things done for them. They're having me design their some overlays and stuff like that for like Twitch and for gaming streaming. So I was working on that. Managed to get most of them finished, which is good because I have to pop off here in like 4 minutes because I've got work a little bit later today, like a little bit later this morning for me, afternoon for y'all.
Well, thank you for being here to talk Goodreads. We really do appreciate it. I'm glad you popped in.
Yeah,
because I think that you added so much to the talk about this. Michelle, how'd you do?
The invitation.
Good. I'm working on a client outline, and I think I added about a page to it. So yeah.
Good. All right, fantastic. Amy, how'd you do?
I did pretty good. I'm completely done with the visuals for the presentation. Now I'm going back through and making sure that my animation and my notifications of when to click in my script actually line up.
Good. All right, that's fantastic. I have not done as much writing as I anticipated because, like, you know how you sort of, after you haven't written for a while, you kind of need to read through the story to get back into it. And so that is mostly what I've just been kind of doing, little edits as I'm kind of doing the read through to get back into it. So the good thing about having taken a break is you're like, I'm like laughing at my own jokes and you're like, okay, this is good. All right, I'm good with this.
I'm clever.
I am clever. That's right. So I'm glad that has, it's good to come back to it and go like, all right, this is okay. This is good. So good advice from JL right before we left about Instagram. They are making a lot of changes. I think that's really interesting. That they want to be kind of more like TikTok, which everybody wants to be more like TikTok. YouTube wants to be more like TikTok, and I don't know. TikTok is.
Oh, I love it. I love
it.
They're missing the point of why TikTok is working the way it is. Like, Instagram is missing the fact that it is fucking impossible to grow on Instagram. It's so hard and it's so easy on TikTok. And YouTube is missing the fact that royalty-free music, like popular music,
like real music.
Yes, top 40 hits. You can't do that on YouTube. You can do that on TikTok. That's it. That's it.
Right. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. So,
yeah.
But the other thing is, go ahead.
I was just going to point out that it's also important to note the evolution of where those businesses are as far as making money. Like TikTok's money, comes from like back end deals and stuff like that mostly. And the people on TikTok make it from, like person to person. Hey, I want you to promote my stuff for me, please. Here you go.
Right.
Instagram, it offers the pictures and that's great, but they're owned by Facebook now. So the whole Instagram model is trying to find opportunities for revenue.
Right.
And all of these things like taking away likes and not taking away, but, giving you the option to hide and all these other things. Ultimately, what that does is make it harder for an average user to distinguish a quality, very personal looking advertisement from someone who's good at that platform.
Yeah.
So, that's really the goal of what they're doing right now, is to make their advertising efforts more subtle, like Pinterest did a couple of years ago. Everybody probably noticed. Pinterest started out. I've been on Pinterest since back in the day when you had to get an invitation from a member to join. Yeah. That's how long I've been on Pinterest.
Wow.
And
you're Pinterest OG.
Oh, I am. I love it so much. But it's to the point now where back in the day, if you didn't look, you didn't find. You had to go look for people, look for ideas. You had to search. Now, if you don't go to the special tab for the people that you follow, you're not even going to see the people that you follow. You're going to see a home feed that is entirely suggestions and, more importantly, advertisements.
Right.
And I have a sneaky suspicion that that's where Instagram is headed, is to more of a, we're going to general feed you, i.e. it's going to be 33% advertisements, and you're not going to know the difference because that's just part of the experience on the platform now.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
that, everybody's getting frustrated with these Instagram changes. And like Michelle said, it's impossible really to grow on there if you're not
10,000 followers to get the swipe up thing. That's ridiculous.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It's
So
insane.
stupid.
It really
So a lot of creators are actually abandoning Instagram for that reason, because it's so impossible to even get the most minute options or features available, because you have to have such a large following and you have to maintain that following.
Right.
It's not just I hit 10,000, now I have the swipe up option.
Right.
And so even if I like lose a few, whatever, no big deal. It is a big deal actually on Instagram. If you lose and you drop below their things, all of a sudden you lose all your
your stuff goes away.
Yeah, it's not like you just kind of just have it after you hit certain metrics. And it really is just very difficult.
And like the fact that there's stories, reels, and IGTV. It's like 3 different video platforms on what was supposed to be a photography app.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't you anymore.
Yeah,
Right.
I got the purpose of, like them adding in stories or
I
understood. I was like, oh, we're going to do photography and we're going to do little short videos.
Right.
Cool. I was like, that makes sense with what we're using our phones for and things like that. But then they were like reels and it was like, okay, an IGTV. It was like, all right, now you're just trying to become YouTube.
Right.
Right.
And now
they tried to be YouTube and now they're trying to be TikTok.
Now they want to be TikTok.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So let's go to the comments, you guys. Eva says, Goodreads is easy for readers to navigate versus those who go there as writers seeking readers. Do any of you have videos or video recommendations of how to use Goodreads as an author? Funny you should ask. I'm actually working on one right now. I love Goodreads. I am like, I feel like Goodreads is like a barrel full of fish who want to read your book. I love Goodreads, and I'm always shocked when authors are like, what? Goodreads? What? I love it. I absolutely love it. So yeah, I am actually going to be doing a video. I'm working on it right now, and so it should go up next week. So yeah, there's that.
The nice thing is that Goodreads has become more user-friendly than it used to be. Before it was bought out by Amazon, it was clunky. It was not aesthetically pleasing in any way. It was very old school and it was very clunky and very cluttered and just hard to navigate. It's become
not
far more
with mobile devices.
Exactly, not compatible with mobile devices for a very long time. It was not. They had next to no accessibility. They have been slowly but surely evolving, and it is getting a little easier for not just readers to be using it, but for writers to be using it as well. It's just a slow evolution with them.
I'm sorry, I just saw this comment. Michael's like, Lisa,
thank you, Michael.
Yeah, it's 12:42. All right, I think that means that Michael wants to do another sprint.
Probably. And for that, I am going to sign off all because I got to get ready for work.
Thank you so much for being here today. We were so glad. We were very glad that you came in and contributed. You are welcome anytime. We love to have you. All right. You're welcome. All right, here we go. We are going to put that timer up and we're all going to say goodbye. There she goes. All right, here we go. Oh, it'd be helpful if I rewound this video, wouldn't it? All right, here we go, everybody. Without further ado, this one's for you, Michael. We're going to do one more sprint starting in 3, 2, sprint. I should turn on my microphone before I start talking. I think that's an important lesson for today. So we went over by a couple of minutes, so we are going to get out of here pretty fast today because I know everybody has stuff that they need to do. But look at this. Let's just do some quick comments really quick. TCBC, CUBC Brown. Michael says, in relation to this stream, I came, I saw, I conquered. Ben says, TikTok is really easy to hack. I don't use it, but I critique my sisters all the time. Whenever she takes my advice, she grows more. Ooh,
you can just get so many followers so easy.
Really? All right.
I mean, compared to YouTube and Instagram and everything else.
Yeah. That's very good to know. All right, JL's got to go. Bye-bye, JL. Thank you so much for being here today. BC says, before I finally fully go, remember to get weird with Lisa's like, but aw, thank you so much. She's so sweet. All right, first round of edits for Act 1 is done. Yay, Claude! That's awesome. Theo Savvy says, Michelle's Oh, she's so
the best
sweet.
publicist.
She is. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Michelle's got a Reedsy webinar August 11th. That's this Wednesday, 12 noon Pacific, which
all
is
the times.
3 p.m. Eastern. Look at you.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. So, yay, you. Well, you did such a great job on the last one. So
thanks. It was really fun. I'm excited about this one.
That's really awesome. All right, you guys. Well, be sure to check out Michelle's webinar on Wednesday. We will be back here streaming with you guys. Do our outros really fast since we've already gone over time. That would be my fault. Michelle, do you want to go first?
Sure. I'm Michelle. I am a young adult and middle grade author, and I do writing vlogs, traditional publishing chat, and writing workshops.
Excellent. Thanks for being here today, as always. Amy, awesome buddy, thank you so much for being here. Will you tell the fine folks about you before we go?
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm an SEO consultant certified through UC Davis, and I happen to make friends with a bunch of AuthorTubers, so that's how I ended up here. I'm happy to be here and contribute, so thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. Mary Wimbley, before I say anything, she said, finally, for the first time in forever, I opened my Word doc and got a little editing done. Yay! That's why we're here, you guys. I am super happy to hear that. I'm Lisa Daly. This is my channel. Thank you so much for being here. We will be here back again on Monday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern time to do more writing sprints. I'm a traditionally published author, soon to be an indie author, because I really am very excited about the re-release of one of my very first novel, because I got my rights back. And thanks so much for being here, you guys.
Look at Michael's comment about TikTok because I'm cracking up.
Wait, Michael, I created a new TikTok account.
That is hilarious.
Oh my God, Michael, that's so funny. Thank you so much. Bye for now. Thanks, you guys. We love you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Oh my gosh.